goal is to find ways to get people to come work with our band for free. So essentially, we charge everybody else to be at our festival, and then we get to enjoy the fruits of the labor.
Today I sat down with band director Marcus Eckhoff to learn more about the creation of the new annual Bellevue Band Festival.
My name is Marcus Eckhoff, and I teach instrumental music at Bellevue West High School and Avery Elementary. So the clinicians were hired this year by Mr. Killam. He is the judging coordinator for Heartland Winter Arts Association, the indoor circuit we have here. Through that, he's just gotten to know so many really high-level quality adjudicators and clinicians. So he kind of takes care of that whole department for us. When him and I sat down and talked about it, the biggest thing was we wanted to make sure that it was educator first before adjudicator. The panel was hired this year for the teaching side of things before it was hired for the judging side of things. Huge benefit that we saw is, besides the clinicians, is the format. So in our area, every show has a prelims, and then you get a critique with the judges, and then you have finals. We viewed ours as clinicians, whereas when we go to other shows, I view them as judges. And the reason why, when we do prelims, we get a tape. They just talk over our show. When we go to critique, you get 3 minutes at a music table and 3 minutes at a visual table. All in all, if our show's 8 minutes long, we get 24 minutes of judges. Whereas even before the show happened, they got 60 minutes with half the panel, so 4 judges. And then at night, they still got a tape while they ran the show in uniform under the lights, and so they still got that finals tape to match. We used to travel to Marshall, Minnesota, and they run a festival where it's clinics in the morning, afternoon, and then a show at night. And they always had such great clinicians, essentially, and then the clinicians would work with their bands. The format was just so beneficial, and from a tech side, having 60 minutes talking to a percussion clinician or adjudicator about like, hey, this doesn't really work. I remember the year we were going to Grand Nationals, and this is back when I used to arrange the percussion stuff. A gentleman by the name of Jim Bailey, I could draw you a picture like it was yesterday. Jim Bailey, he's a big deal in the percussion world, and we were standing there and we did a full run through for him, and then the staff would always talk to the judges. And I said, okay, Jim, what do you think? And he's like, okay, so what's happening this season? And I said, we're going to Grand Nationals this season. And he just stopped and he's like, oh. And I said, well, that didn't sound very promising. Well, what do you mean by that? And he said, if you're going to go play with the big boys, it's time to put on your big boy pants, Marcus. And I was like, well, this sucks. I would have never gotten that from a tape. You know, he would have been like, great job, good, because he can't explain where we're going, what the final outcome is, what the goal is. You just give them your show and they go, great, here's a score. I, as an instructor, got so much out of being there. East normally used to host a show, and that kind of all fizzled out. It dissipated. The district was very adamant that we tried together, so that kind of put the brakes on it for a little bit. And then finally, we had a district meeting with some people downtown and the directors from each school, and that we finally just hit the gas and we said, let's go. And so the ball just started rolling and it didn't stop. Wish we would have had a few months more to prepare, but let's sleep, you know.